The husband demolishes a hut with an excavator. Inside, the wife is engaged in immoral acts with her boyfriend. The husband says, "What is all this?" The supervisor says, "Solve your family problems at home," and fires the husband from his job. The wife leaves. The husband follows her. The wife quickly goes home and steals the husband's savings. The husband comes and says, "Why did you betray me?" The wife says, "You are a failure. I am leaving you. Raise your child yourself." The wife leaves. The next moment, the husband checks the drawer and finds out that the wife has taken the savings. Just then, there is a knock on the door. The husband opens it. The landlord says, "Where is your wife? She pays me rent with her body." The husband says, "She has left me, but I will pay the rent in a few days." The landlord says, "I just want pleasure. Get out of here." The landlord throws him out of the house. A few minutes later, the husband carries his child to a construction site and says, "Do you need a laborer?" The architect says, "With this child, you will not get work anywhere. Leave him somewhere." The husband leaves, takes a bag from the trash, puts the child inside, and goes to an under construction building. He tells the architect, "I badly need a job." The architect says, "There is supervision work upstairs, but what is in this bag?" The husband says, "These are work tools." The architect says, "Go upstairs and supervise." The husband goes upstairs, puts the bag aside and says, "Son, I will give you food very soon." A few minutes later, a worker comes and throws the bag down. The husband says, "My child is inside." He runs and pulls the baby out of the bag. The architect says, "You are extremely irresponsible. Why did you bring your child here? Take your child and get lost." The husband leaves. A few minutes later, a woman is preparing to bathe in the river. A little distance away, her child and some money are lying. The husband steals the baby's feeder. The woman follows him and says, "What did you take from there?" The husband says, "I only wanted to feed my child. My wife betrayed me." The husband throws away his wife's photo. The woman says, "I feel sorry for you. Take my card and money. Whenever you need, call me. I came to this city to meet my father's lover." The husband thanks her and leaves. The woman picks up the photo of the wife and says, "She is very cruel." A few minutes later, the wife and a man are kissing each other. The woman comes and says, "How are you, Dad?" The man says, "Daughter, I am happy you came. This is my lover, and I am going to marry her next week." The wife says, "Darling, I am going to buy a wedding dress." The wife leaves. The woman says, "Dad, I need to tell you something important." A few days later, the wife arrives as a bride. Seeing the husband in the hall, she says, "I am going to marry a millionaire. You get out of here." The husband says, "You only marry for money." The wife says, "My new husband should not know this." The man comes and says, "I already know everything. You are a greedy and deceitful woman." The wife says, "Darling, this is all a lie." The man says, "Your husband already told me everything. Now I will help him and his child." The wife says to the husband, "Forgive me. We can be a family again." The husband says, "Get lost. I don't need you." The man says, "Get out of here." The wife leaves. The man says, "Young man, I am sorry you had to suffer all this. I will help you." The woman says, "If you work with us, we will be happier." The husband thanks them.